Every morning is a blank canvas, and how you begin your day shapes the colors of your life. Imagine waking up to a new day as if it were an untouched masterpiece, a fresh beginning that has infinite possibilities. The way you start your morning sets the tone for everything that follows. It influences your mood, your decisions, your productivity, and even how you relate to the people around you. A single intentional moment at the start of your day can ripple outward, creating effects that last far beyond those. The mind is most impressionable in the early hours of the day. When you wake up, your thoughts are still soft, like wet clay waiting to. If those first moments are filled with noise, rushing to check your phone, scrolling through social media, or jumping straight into work, you allow outside influences to dictate the direction of your day. But if you start your day with focus, clarity, and intentional thought, you take control of your mindset before the world takes control of you. That initial choice is powerful because it sets the rhythm for the rest of the day. Think about how artists approach their work. They do not begin a painting with random strokes. They first prepare their canvas, choose their palette, and set a vision for what they want to create. Similarly, your morning is your personal canvas. How you choose to begin shapes the entire experience. Starting intentionally is like choosing your palettes. You decide whether your day will be painted with optimism, peace, gratitude, and clarity, or with distraction, stress, and reaction. Starting your morning with intentional focus creates a ripple effect of positivity that carries through every challenge and opportunity. It's not just about a good mood in the first hour. It's about creating momentum for the. When your mind begins in a calm, purposeful state, it carries that energy forward. You approach tasks with more creativity, solve problems with greater clarity, and interact with people more positively. This intentional beginning becomes a chain reaction that influences everything you do. Our lives are built on habits, and the first part of our day often determines the rest. When we consciously choose to begin the morning with a moment of stillness, reflection, or gratitude, we plant the seeds for habits that transform our life. Over time, these moments become part of our inner framework, a mental routine that helps us respond rather than react, that grounds us in purpose rather than drift. You are shaping not just a single day, but the trajectory of your life through these moments. There's also a deeper emotional aspect of starting the day intentionally. Life can be unpredictable, and days can throw challenges at us without warning. But when your day begins with a moment of focus, it strengthens your resilience. It creates an inner anchor, a calm center that remains steady even when external circumstances are chaotic. That anchor helps you navigate your day with composure and clarity, rather than being pulled under by stress or negativity. This is why so many of the world's most successful people, leaders, and thinkers emphasize the importance of their morning routines. They understand that a powerful day begins before the noise begins. They make it a priority to start their day with something that aligns their mind and heart with their goals. Whether that is through reflection, gratitude, quiet thought, journaling, or prayer, it is the deliberate starting point that changes everything. You may think starting your morning intentionally is a luxury reserved for those who have time. But the truth is, it takes only a few moments to reset your mindset before the day begins. It doesn't require hours of meditation or elaborate ritual. It could be a single breath, a moment of gratitude, or a quiet reflection before you step into the demands of your. Those few minutes can make a difference so profound that it changes the way you experience the day and eventually the way you live your life. When you choose to start your day intentionally, you also give yourself permission to live with your awareness. You begin to notice things, your thoughts, your energy, the way you respond to people. Life becomes richer because you are living it with attention rather than autopilot. You find yourself more present, more engaged, and more capable of making meaningful choices. That simple morning decision transforms your whole approach to life. It's also worth noting that starting your day with intention is a gift you give yourself. Many of us wake up and immediately give our attention to the needs of others, our jobs, family responsibilities, or urgent tasks. But by carving out that first intentional moment for yourself, you strengthen your capacity to give your best to others. You are replenishing your mental and emotional resources before pouring into your day. This is the foundation of sustained energy and fulfillment. The truth is that life is too short to start each day without purpose. Every morning offers an opportunity, a chance to begin anew, to set your course, and to choose your attitude. You cannot control every moment of your day, but you can control how you begin. That first choice is the brushstroke that determines the tone of your masterpiece. When you start your day with intentionality, you are not just preparing for the hours ahead, you are preparing for life. You are building a foundation of clarity, peace, and focus that will influence your decisions, your relationships. Each morning becomes a powerful act of creation where you decide the direction of your day and ultimately the shape of your life. A morning prayer or affirmation is more than words. It is an anchor that steadies the mind, a compass that aligns purpose, and a seed that grows into resilience. Think for a moment about what happens when your day begins with intention. You are not simply speaking words. You are shaping your mental state, your energy, and the way you will respond to life. Words have power. They influence the subconscious mind, they set emotional tones, and they plant seeds for action. When spoken with purpose, they become far more than sound. They become a declaration of direction for your day. When the mind is quiet, the words we speak first in the morning carry weight. They become the blueprint for the hours to come. Affirmations or intentional thoughts in those early moments create a foundation for your entire day. They are not simply routine, they are powerful statements that influence your perception. A moment of prayer or affirmation is a moment of clarity, a time to focus your mind away from chaos and toward meaning. Consider the analogy of a ship. A ship begins its journey with a set direction, a course plotted before it sails. If that course is unclear, the ship is easily tossed by storms and currents. But if the direction is determined before departure, the ship navigates challenges with purpose. A morning prayer or affirmation works in much the same way. It aligns your inner compass, giving your mind and spirit a clear direction before the noise of the day begins to pull you off course. There is also a psychological aspect to this practice. The human brain responds strongly to repetition, especially when it occurs in moments of focus. By affirming positive intentions or speaking words of clarity at the start of the day, you train your mind to adopt those perspectives automatically. Over time, this becomes a habit of conscious living, a way to reframe challenges, to approach uncertainty with calm, and to foster resilience even in the face of difficulty. Resilience is not something that comes only in moments of crisis. It is cultivated over time, often in the small habits we create. A morning prayer or affirmation is one such habit, a small but consistent act that strengthens your mental and emotional foundation. When you face obstacles, the resilience built in these moments becomes your inner reserve. It is a place you return to when external circumstances feel overwhelming. This practice also creates a space for gratitude. Many people overlook the power of beginning the day by acknowledging what they have rather than focusing on what is missing. Gratitude is transformative. It shifts your mental state from scarcity to abundance. It changes the way you perceive challenges, turning them into opportunities for growth rather than threats. Starting your morning with gratitude sets your mind to a higher frequency, influencing your decisions and interactions throughout the day. When you speak a morning affirmation, it is not simply a ritual. It is a declaration of ownership over your day. You are telling yourself that you will not simply drift into whatever happens. You are claiming control over your mindset. This shifts the balance of power. Instead of letting circumstances dictate your emotions, you take the first step in dictating your own state of being. This simple act of speaking intention creates a profound ripple effect. There is also a subtle but powerful truth in the act of speaking intention aloud. Words engage more than just the mind, they engage the body and spirit. Speaking an affirmation or prayer connects your thoughts to your physical presence. It makes the intention tangible. It moves you from abstract thinking to active living. That alignment of thought, word, and action strengthens your focus and deepens your commitment to your day. Many of the most successful people in the world practice this form of intentional start. They do not view it as a luxury or an optional ritual. They see it as essential preparation. Whether they frame it as a prayer, an affirmation, or a moment of quiet reflection, they understand that the first moments of the day are the most strategic moments. That practice of beginning with intention becomes the foundation of their success, resilience, and clarity. It is important to remember that a morning prayer or affirmation does not need to be complicated. It does not need to be lengthy. What matters is the quality of presence behind the word. It could be a simple sentence spoken with intention, a single thought of gratitude, or a mindful breath acknowledging the new day. Even a moment as brief as 30 seconds, if done with purpose, can reframe your mind and influence the course of your day. The power of morning intention lies in its consistency. Repetition transforms it from a one-time action into a habit that rewires the mind. Over weeks and months, those moments compound, creating a mental and emotional muscle that sustains you through challenge. You begin to notice that your reactions just change. You approach your day with more focus. You have a deeper sense of inner peace. Ultimately, a morning prayer or affirmation is a gift you give to yourself. It is a way to start the day grounded, aligned, and empowered. It reminds you that you are not a passive passenger in life, but the captain of your own journey. The words you speak in those quiet moments have the power to transform how you experience your day, your relationships, and your life. It is a choice. A choice to begin each day with clarity rather than chaos, with intention rather than reaction, with purpose rather than drift. And that choice, repeated daily, becomes one of the most powerful forces for transformation you can give yourself. When you start your day with clarity, then intentionality, you transform ordinary mornings into powerful launches toward your dreams. Every morning holds the potential to be far more than simply the start of another day. It can be the beginning of something extraordinary. How you begin your day sets the tone for how you live it. And when you approach mornings with purpose, you begin to approach life differently. Clarity in the morning means choosing to see your day not as a list of tasks, but as a series of opportunities. When your mind is clear, you begin to see possibilities rather than problems. You are not waking up to survive the day. You are waking up to live it intention. This clarity is a lens through which you view the hours ahead. It gives you a sense of direction before the noise of daily life begins to pull you in multiple directions. Clarity removes confusion and replaces it with focus, helping you to start your day with purpose rather than distraction. Gratitude is another essential ingredient to starting the day with strength. It is the recognition that every day is a gift and that life itself is worthy of appreciation. When you start your morning with gratitude, you're reminding yourself that your life already contains richness. Gratitude shifts your perspective away from what you lack toward what you already have. It transforms your energy from scarcity to abundance, and it changes how you approach the challenges of the day. A heart filled with gratitude is better equipped to face adversity because it rests on a foundation of appreciation and hope. Intentionality means consciously choosing how you will engage with the day ahead. It is deciding before the chaos arrives how you want to show up. This could be as simple as setting a single focus word for the day, creating a mental intention to act with kindness, or deciding to approach challenges with calm rather than frustration. Intentionality gives structure to the day. It transforms you from a passenger into a driver. You are no longer letting life happen to you. You are taking the wheel and steering to what matters most. The combination of clarity, gratitude, and intentionality creates a powerful foundation. It transforms the morning from a routine into a ritual of empowerment. This isn't about following a rigid structure. It's about setting a tone that fuels everything you do. You begin to carry that tone forward, influencing how you think, how you speak, and how you act. Over time, this transforms not just your mornings, but your entire life. Every successful person understands the importance of a strong morning foundation. They know that the first moments of the day are the most strategic. When they start with clarity, they avoid confusion later. When they begin with gratitude, they infuse their day with positivity. When they act with intentionality, they make choices aligned with their highest goals. You too can harness this power. The key is in your commitment to begin each day with purpose, even when life is busy, messy, or unpredictable. The beauty of this practice is that it does not require perfection. You will not wake up every morning feeling inspired or calm. Some days will begin with chaos, and that is okay. What matters is the choice to return to clarity, gratitude, and intention again. This is what builds resilience. The ability to keep coming back to what matters no matter what challenges arise. The practice of beginning your day with purpose becomes a form of self-discipline and self-care combined. When you adopt this approach, mornings become more than a time of day. They become a launching point. They become a daily ceremony of renewal. You begin to view each morning as a fresh opportunity to align yourself with your vision, to nurture your inner strength, and to step into your day with energy and confidence. You stop letting the day dictate your mood. Instead, you set the tone that shapes your experience. There is a deeper transformation that happens when you live this way. Your mindset shifts. You start to see that life is not a series of random events, but a continuous process shaped by your intention. You begin to live more consciously, aware of how your thoughts, words, and actions are connected. You start to recognize that how you begin the day influences how the day unfolds. That awareness gives you power. This kind of intentional start to the day also impacts your relationship. When you begin with clarity, gratitude, and purpose, you bring that energy into your interactions with others. You listen more deeply, speak more kindly, and respond with greater patience. You bring your best self forward, not just for your own benefit, but for those around you. It creates a ripple effect that extends far beyond your own day. Ultimately, starting your day with clarity and intentionality is an act of self-mastery. It is a way of taking ownership of your life. It is the conscious choice to begin each day in a way that aligns with your deepest values and highest aspirations. This practice transforms mornings into powerful beginnings that shape the trajectory of your life. The more consistently you do this, the more it becomes part of your identity. You no longer need to remind yourself to start with purpose. It becomes automatic. You wake up with intention woven into your very being. You start your day not as a reaction to circumstance, but as a deliberate act of creation. Every morning is an opportunity to start again, to reset, to begin a new chapter. Clarity, gratitude, and intentionality turn that opportunity into reality. They make your mornings the launchpad for your dreams. And when your mornings are powerful, your days become powerful, your months become powerful, and your life becomes powerful. And now, I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine standing at the edge of a great door that opens into the rest of your life. Behind you lies yesterday with all its victories, mistakes, lessons, and memories. Ahead lies today, a new beginning. This door is your morning, and how you step through it determines the shape of everything that follows. So I ask you, how will you step through? Will you rush forward without thought, letting the noise of the world pull you wherever it? Or will you step forward with intention, with clarity, with gratitude guiding every footstep? The truth is, the choice is yours. Every single morning you are given this choice. And when you start your day intentionally, you are starting your life intentionally. Let me speak plainly. Life will always be busy. Life will always present challenges. There will always be noise, distraction, and unexpected storms. But here is the thing. You cannot always control what happens to you. You cannot always decide what challenges will appear. But you can control how you begin your day. And when you begin with purpose, you give yourself something powerful. Control over how you respond. This is where transformation begins. When your first moments of the day are filled with clarity, you move forward with vision. When your morning is filled with gratitude, your heart carries light even into darkness. When your day begins with intention, you become the driver of your own journey, no longer drifting but steering toward your dreams. Imagine if every morning you spoke these words to yourself. Today is my day. I will meet it with courage. I will meet it with gratitude. I will meet it with intention. Imagine how your life could change if you made that declaration. Imagine waking up with that sense of purpose, a sense that you are not simply living another day, but that you are creating something meaningful every morning. And so I challenge you, why not begin each day like this? Why not give yourself that gift? It does not take hours. It does not require perfection. It does not require you to have it all figured out. It requires only one choice, the choice to begin intentionally. And that choice matters more than you think. Because when you start each day this way, something extraordinary begins to happen. You begin to build momentum. The calm you create in the morning carries through the day. The clarity you nurture in the early hours grows stronger. The gratitude you speak becomes a force that changes how you perceive your challenges, and intentionality becomes your anchor in the chaos. Let me remind you, life is not lived in hours alone. Life is lived in moments, and the morning is the first moment of your day. It is the moment that sets the tone for everything else, how you start. It is one of the greatest acts of self-care and self-mastery you can give yourself. So today I want you to make a decision. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when life feels perfect, but today. Decide that you will step into your mornings differently. Decide that you will give yourself those first moments of clarity, gratitude, and intentionality. Decide that you will treat every morning as a fresh canvas, a chance to paint a masterpiece of your life. And if you ever doubt whether it matters, remember this. The ripple effect of a single intentional morning can change everything. One moment of focus can shift your whole day. One moment of gratitude can transform your... One moment of purpose can lead to months and years of powerful living. Picture yourself a year from now. Picture your mornings. Will they look the same as today? Or will they be filled with intentional energy that fuels everything you do? The truth is, the habits you build now determine your future. If you begin each day with purpose, you build a foundation for a life that is not random, not reactive, but intentional and extraordinary. And here's what I want you to hold in your heart. Every morning is a new beginning. Every sunrise is an invitation. And every moment you choose to begin with intention is a step toward the life you were meant to live. You are not defined by yesterday. You are defined by the choices you make right now in this moment. So ask yourself today, how will you begin tomorrow? Will you step through the door of your morning with purpose, clarity, and gratitude? Will you give yourself the power of an intentional start? Will you create a life that is more than just surviving, but truly living? The answer is within you, and it begins the moment you wake up. That moment, your first thought, your first breath, your first word is the moment where transformation begins. And so I leave you with this. Make it your mission to begin each morning with purpose. Speak words that strengthen you. Think thoughts that empower you. Begin each day with clarity, gratitude, and intentionality. Not because life will always be easy, but because this is how you prepare to meet it when it isn't. Because the truth is this. How you start your day will shape not just your day, but your life. So stand at the edge of that morning door, take a breath, choose intentionally, and step into the day you were meant to live.